Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. You are welcome to Exposed News TV, your one and only updated news platform that gives you quality news and information on all the activities happening in Biafran territory. Without wasting any more time, let us go straight and live into the update of the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, where he gave a very brief and a very powerful address to Biafrans all over the world. He was able, to speak on delicate and serious issues, happening in Biafran land currently. Do not forget that the major focus of the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is, for Biafran freedom. Every other thing is a side is a side distraction, just to take our people off, to take their mind off the issue that we are meant to be concentrated in. So whatever you're doing, please don't get carried away by the issues that are meant to distract you. And that was one thing that the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa was able to point out clearly to every Biafrans currently, especially at this critical stage in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, where we are having some issues of people planning on going on a protest currently. That protest has generated a lot of things, and the major reason why the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, pointed out clearly that every Biafran should take his mind off that protest is that, if there is one thing the Prime Minister does is to make sure that Ndinkia the protected, his people are being protected. Biafrans, true freedom, people of freedom are being protected, and that is the most important 10. So as it stands now, as it stands currently, the Prime Minister warned everybody on that issue. Please stay away from their planned protests, because definitely you will end up being pied by the Nigerian government. In fact, the funniest thing is that the Prime Minister was able to even review the plans of the Nigerian government currently, and we saw what is happening. They started bringing in troops, different troops all over the states, pushing them to specific locations. Now, if it's about what happened in Lekki, I think this will be the second round of what happened in Lekki, because they are going to buy a lot of youth. So the best thing is to make sure that you take your mind off any protest. After all, you're not fighting for the betterment of the country. The major interest here is Biafra. And that is where all our interests, all our prowess, all our intent should go into. And that is just it. But meanwhile, let me play the wonderful address of the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, and how he was able, to handle the situations and the issues to be addressed. Please enjoy this video and do not forget to subscribe and make sure you turn on your notifications so that you will get notified whenever.
Very clear. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't necessarily need to wait for court pronouncement. We don't necessarily have to wait for court pronouncement for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released. I have said it several times, that the Attorney General of Nigeria have the right, absolute right, to drop all the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for lack of merit and lack of evidence. That is number one. Number two is that the president, if the, in other words, the president also have that executive power to also, order the Attorney General, either influencing the Attorney General to drop the charges, or I don't want to mention amnesty because we don't know. Sometimes the amnesty is something that have a lot of something attached to it. So, but it is just as simple as that. And the reason why this particular move should be done is because a lot of people, a lot of those who actually committed crime in Nigeria has been given amnesty or whatever and pardoned, and they went to training, and some of them are working in Nigeria Army and DSS today. Okay, some of them have been employed in government house. We see the bandit that was arrested last time. He was part of bandit. He surrendered according to them, and then they employed him, and he was working in government house, and he continued to do the banditry. So it is the injustice we are talking about. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. Self-determination is not a crime in Nigeria. Law is not a crime in international law. It's not a crime in Africa Charter. In fact, Africa Charter of Human and People's Rights even guarantee that you can use arms in case of foreign domination. And what we witness in Nigeria today is more than apartheid regime. It's a foreign domination, which is dominated by Fulanis. So the Africa Charter, encourage us to use arms for this struggle to defend our land and fight for our freedom. So anybody who doesn't understand this, that is why it is very important. Those who fight for liberation of their people, they are well-educated people. Go and check the history of people that are fighting for freedom. They are not almajiris. They are not half-educated people. They are not lunatic like what we see on social media. There are people who have information. There are people who are well-grounded. There are people who research. There are people who are educated and empower themselves with wisdom and education, so that when anything happens, you know where to make references. You know how to defend yourself and all that. Some of these people don't know anything. Coming to social media and see somebody who is now making a video on Biafra. Oh, Finland government, come. Why do you allow Simon Èkpá? And let me make it very clear. In 2019, Nigeria government called the Finland government, wrote Finland government, and about Simon Èkpá. Some people, even some human rights advocate or whatever in Nigeria, they wrote to Finland government about me. I have not started yet the Biafra struggle. You see, anything in this life, once you are anointed to do that thing you are doing, every devil will be on you. My people, the attack you see today, I have become Biafra that they are fighting. Simon Èkpá has become, the name Simon Èkpá has become Biafra. They are fighting. They are no longer interested in fighting Biafra. They are now fighting Simon Èkpá. So when I started the struggle for Biafra, when I joined the struggle for Biafra, what did the Nigerian government do? They noticed it immediately. The first thing the Nigerian government did was to start to approach the Finland government. They started writing the ambassador and all that. That was the first thing they did. It was not up to a few months. I joined the struggle. They started writing the Finland government that the IPOB propagandists in Finland should be watched. Okay? So we are not relenting until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. And the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not stop me, Simon Èkpá, from fighting for Biafra. Okay? Will not stop Simon Èkpá from fighting for Biafra. Today, you go to social media, you see people who are supposedly fighting for Biafra calling the Finland government. Oh, come on, Simon Èkpá is a terrorist.
So,
Yeah, I can hear
all
you now.
right.
I welcome every one of you, ladies and gentlemen of the press, to this particular emergency space broadcast or briefing this evening. Very, very important. So as we, wait to start our every Saturday program, which starts in less than 40 minutes. It has become imperative, my fellow Biafrans, that the protection and defense of our land is taken to a different level. For the past few days, we have witnessed kidnappings, abductions of Biafrans near military checkpoint. This kidnapping and abduction of Biafrans were done in collaboration with the Nigeria Terrorist Army and, of course, the jihadist movement, Boko Haram, parading themselves as Fulani herdsmen in our forest. And for this reason, the Biafra Defense Force, after security meeting, have resolved to issue the following order. From this moment, every person occupying Biafra forests and bushes is given 48 hours from this moment to vacate and leave Biafra land. Our forest is not for you. What I mean is that anybody, both arms carrying and non-arms carrying, you don't have any business in our forest. From this moment, Biafra government, Biafra Defense Forces and resistance fighters has issued 48 hours ultimatum for every person to vacate with your cows, your families, if you have any. You must leave our forest within 48 hours. After these 48 hours has elapsed on Monday, starting from Monday, whatever that you see in those forests and bushes becomes your fate. We are diversifying the defense of Biafra. The enemies of our land are multiplying. The fronts are being opened. Of course, we understand the strategy that the Nigerian government is using as our declaration approaches. We will also not dance to their tune. We will maintain our approach and our template. We will follow. At the same time, we will make sure we continue to stand on the path of the defense of our women and children and make it the most important priority of the Biafra government. In order to make sure that the wings and legs of the terrorism and the upsurge of terrorists in our land is cut off completely. These measures and every necessary measures will be taken to make sure in the next few weeks, those who have no business in our land will all be neutralized, especially in our forest. If the defense forces of Biafra finds you in the forest with gun, with cow, believe me, you are gone. We will not give you any room or any breathing space for you to remain in our forest and plan, kidnap, kill our people like you do in other parts of Nigeria. The same thing goes to the checkpoint. Everyone knows that for the past few weeks, few months, we have not been giving update on the ongoing war of liberation for a reason. And it will remain like that for a while. Today, for some of you who are close to Sumohu, Okigwe, and environs, you know what is going on there today. Remain indoor. Stay out of the street until those areas are safe for you to come out. I want you to understand that we are here not just to fight against the enemy, but we are also very angry to revenge the death of over 3 million children. If we do not destroy Nigeria, Nigeria will destroy us. Therefore, every Biafran, anywhere you are, you must always channel your energy and your strength to making sure we destroy Nigeria as much as we can until the declaration of the restoration of independence state of Biafra. Everything that gives Nigeria energy must be a target for attack. It is the self-defense. The best self-defense is to strangle the source of their economy, the income, the source of their GDP, how they generate this money to sponsor the killings of our people. We are changing dynamics. It has become necessary this evening that this call is made so that in the coming days, the images and the enemies will start crying. My fellow Biafrans all over the world, it is a call to duty. It is a call to serve. The protection of our land, the defense of our land, the protection of our women and our children must be taken to the next level. What they are doing today is they are testing our resolve. And we will tell them whom we are. We are not cowards. What you do in Benue, you can't do it in Biafra land. Not now, not tomorrow, not never. The terrorists in our forests will all be eliminated after 48 hours. After 48 hours, our forests will be ransacked. The Biafra Defense Force will dispatch and deploy thousands of special forces, especially in the most affected forests and bushes, from Monday. Anything you see there, don't let it stand. Make sure you rescue anybody that have kidnapped in their possession. Try as much as possible to save those women that they have abducted at the military checkpoint along Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway. You must rescue them alive. Let's show to the world that this is our land. We will restore peace and stability to prove a point that we are indeed ready to govern ourselves and at the same time compete amongst nations, insecurity-wise. They don't know the terrain more than us. There is no excuse from this coming Monday, after these 48 hours elapse, there will be no excuse anywhere. Remember, I said forest. For those who will come tomorrow and show video, because the only thing they do is to see how to discredit the Biafra government. They will see video of the terrorists following cow in the street. They say, oh, look at the cow. We are not yet there. We are not yet evicting them from the street of Biafra. But the eviction in the forest starts after 48 hours. Biafra government will invest in making sure that no single terrorist will be in Biafra forest. Between now and December, we will face you, as we face the Nigeria terrorist army in the street, which collaborate and collude with you to commit this heinous crime against our people. We will come heavily on you. I know they don't understand English. I know they may not even understand what I'm saying. But many of them who are collaborating with these terrorists are on this particular platform. They listen to us anonymously. They relate the message to them. So the message is for those people who relate with them and collude with them to kill our people. Those in the Nigerian military, those in the Nigerian police, those in the Nigerian judiciary, those in the Nigerian government. The reason I'm making this is for you to inform them there is fire on the mountain. I am telling you the fact. You are going to hear from us in the next few days. We will rain down fire on you. I greet you all, Biafra people. Thank you for joining me this evening. And remember to join the Biafra fundraising, which is starting in the next 26 minutes. On the next 1 hour, 26 minutes, sorry. Thank you very much. Minister of Information, I think you're having network issues. You can come back. And I'll be here to take a few questions. Thank you.
Prime Minister, how many minutes do you have to attend to some questions before you go?
I have 10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right. Please raise your hand up as you pick the mic. As you come to the mic, you raise your hand up. So, one minute, go straight to your question and let the Prime Minister attend to it. We welcome you all to this emergency press brief. It's not going to last too long here because we have other things to do. Mba Chinemerem, over to you. Unmute yourself and speak.
Hello, good evening, everybody. I don't know if it's obtainable to use English or do I speak Igbo?
Use English, please. The whole world are listening.
Okay. So I heard about and I read about one blockchain innovation by the Biafran government a few months ago. Biafra currency, Biafra coin. Is it something that is it safe to buy it and maybe put our money there, or is it a scam project? Just want to know.
It is very safe for you to buy, and it is the part of the Biafra government project and the Bank of Biafra. So if you have any question, you go there, those questions will be answered. And